The theme music of that, of the ghost in the bathroom. You know, I understand that Sue is really not the one doing any of this, but I can't help but sort of admire her anyway. I don't really think there are any loose ends left to wrap up. I can't think of anything, at least. Garv is still suspicious. But, I don't know. Yeah, what do you think's happened to them? Same thing that happened to the captain. Doesn't take much thought to realize that. Yeah. Well, I'm worried we might not have any definitive evidence, but I'm not sure how we can get it. Maybe if we'd searched more thoroughly earlier, probably with Donovan. He was the one who could open everything. Like that suspicious closet in, down here. What's so annoying is that if only if only Ferdinand would open it, we could see what's inside, and he must be able to. He has the key. Maybe it's just a key to all the doors, though, not necessary to all, like, the storage rooms. Wait a minute, Garv can open it. You know, I feel like we're about to march into the lair of pure evil, and some people might die. So, just to be safe ahead of time, maybe we should all say a prayer or something. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, it shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for yours is the kingdom, the glory, and the something else forever. Amen. And go ahead, tell me I get a few words wrong. It doesn't matter, it was translated into English anyway. Ah, there you are, Sue. Did you come to talk to me about the hidden area? I have the master key we found in Gwen's room, so I'm all set. But like I said, there's no telling what will happen when we investigate it. Make sure everyone's ready for this. I feel like I'm not, but I don't know how to get more ready than this, Ferdinand. And once again, she's not really doing this, but I can't help but think of Sue as some kind of hero. So yes, I'm ready. Alright. So, here's the million-dollar question. How can we find this strange hidden area? Love that we can say this. On the outside wall of the dining room, there's a door that's been painted over. The master key will open it. Amazing! Painted over, you say? That's quite extraordinary. How exactly did you discover this, Sue? Donovan was the one that discovered it. I'm just carrying the message. So now that we're out here, would you mind telling us what we're doing? Most certainly, and I do apologize for the interruption. Generally speaking, our cruises do not involve so many meetings. I have learned recently that the secret to the ship which Donovan was looking for exists. And more importantly, we know where it is. We simply don't know, well, what it is. But we're going to find out now. All of us together, so there's no funny business. I get it. If we're all together, we're all safe from each other. So, what are we expecting to find? Well, Donovan thought the captain was being kept in a secret area on the ship. I guess he was right about there being a hidden area on this ship. The rest, I'm not so sure. Basically, what Sue means is, we have no idea what we're going to find. I don't like it. Don't like what? This plan. Something seems off about it. Well, shame you feel that way. Ferd, what say we gotta move on? Yes, of course. I believe it should be right around here. Oh my god, is that a door? Looks like it was painted right over. Someone put effort into keeping that hidden. Well, hidden no more it is. Now, the door happens to have a lock. But it just so happens there is one key that can open it. a master key, which we have. Open sesame. Wait a minute. Oh wait, it's the master key they got from Gwen's room.
Well, how about that? There really is a secret compartment to this bucket.
Looks like it drops down. There's a ladder, kind of. Come on, gang. Let's forge ahead into the unknown.
Jesus, this place is huge. How's there enough space for all this? So dark. Can anyone else see anything?
Is that blood on the ground?
We're gonna find Paulo.
Or Paulo, I guess. What? What is that? Oh my god. People. There are people down here. I think they're alive, but they aren't responsive. Why are they even here? What's going on? Oh my god, the food was to keep these people alive so that they could torture them. Guys, I don't feel so good.
Not to interrupt, but you all might want to check this out.
Hold on. I know who that is. That's the passenger that went missing along with Donovan. What? What is he doing here? But I don't see Donovan or the captain. He looks really injured. Is he? Who said that?
Lighting here's so poor it's hard to see, but it came from that direction.
That voice sounded familiar. Donovan's alive? He's alive? I'm shocked.
Didn't expect all of you to come down here at once. But maybe it's better this way.
Donovan, what happened to you? We were sure you were dead.
I'm not so easy to get rid of. There's still something I need to do before I die. Have you been here the whole time? What were you doing down here?
Waiting. Just waiting. Donovan, what is all of this? Who are all these people? What about Paulo? And the captain? You didn't find her, did you? I thought since you're here, maybe she...
Why didn't you show up earlier? Why wait until now to show up? What the hell's your plan with that? I don't have any answers. I don't care anymore. But that's okay, because there's still a solution. One last resort. Yes, this was what I came here to do. What are you doing? I have a profile. He's in this room. I know it. Whoever you are, you're going to die here. There's no hiding. I'm going to put you down like a dog. I'll give you all one chance to prove who it is. But if no one knows who's responsible, there's only one thing for me to do. So talk.
Oh my god, Donovan. You know, we could possess him and like have him throw himself off the ship, but... who could it be? We could try and reason with him about the captain, but Donovan is not in this for the captain. That's useless. But this is worth asking. Why are these people here?
I'm not sure I want to know.
The strange thing is they've clearly been here for our whole trip, but are relatively uninjured.
Yet that kid's been here for just a day and has been tortured.
After all of this, I feel like I still haven't come close to the truth.
But then I don't have to. I already have a way to solve everything.
The issue is, I don't think it was Mercurio. But then again, it is worth noting, he was feeding the people down here with kitchen stock. The issue is, I don't want this to be them, they're suddenly turning on each other, you know? Like, I don't want to say this and that's proof that he did it. I want to say, this is evidence of something else that was going on here.
What if you're wrong about all this, huh? Explain. What if there is no serial killer on board? What if it's something else complete?
I don't think that could be it.
What if your profile or whatever is wrong?
I have it on very high authority that the person I'm after is a man. It's not much to go off of, but it narrows things down. Just enough. So, to be fair, he wouldn't actually murder everyone.
So what's your end game here?
There is no end game. This is it. We can't completely possess him. What could Gwen perhaps tell us? It looks like that's all we can say. But let's see. What about if we possessed... What other people can we fully possess? Yeah, this is all any of them can say, it would seem. It's one of the few things we can be, definite about, but... The issue is that ultimately, Mercurio is not... He does not match the profile, because although he's a man, he's not a white man. Although he doesn't know that, Donovan hasn't said that. Mercurio was feeding the people down here with kitchen stock.
That would answer the question of how these people have stayed down here for so long. How do you know he was doing this?
There were notes in the cupboard talking about being, dropping off supplies. He was being bribed.
Bribed? By who?
We don't know. All the payments and instructions were anonymous.
And all this time you never pieced together who it was? It's been different people over time. It was all extremely organized. Zero loose ends. Not zero. I'm still here.
The captain had found out. So the captain was on to what you were doing, and then soon after she was gone. Even if you are as ignorant as you say, you undeniably had motive to silence her.
No way. You're not really thinking that I...
Come to think of it, all of this is just evidence that you were responsible for this operation. There's almost no evidence anyone else was involved.
That's ridiculous. Look, there's no way it could have been me.
Then who was it?
One of the passengers. I know that much.
So you were holding out earlier. You better talk, and fast.
When the captain arrived, things changed.
He said that he'd only talk if he had a gun to his head, and here you go.
The way I received messages, what they told me to do. The person that was giving me orders changed, and it gave me some hints who they were.
What do you mean when the captain arrived?
I have a theory. Smilla, our deceased captain, was brand new. This was her first voyage. The captain before her, I'm pretty sure he was on the take. Something must have happened to him, though. He was replaced at the last second with Smilla. I think there was some change in management, if you could call it that.
How did the way you received orders change?
The notes I received were usually slid under my door while I was on shift. That way I could never see who it was. It was discreet enough. Recently, though, the orders have been placed in the broom closet. It's strange because it's an unnecessary risk. What if someone else found those notes?
It's Garv. Garv was going to that broom closet over and over again for this whole trip. What new orders did you have?
Before the ship departed, before everyone had been even boarded, I was instructed to leave the boarding ramp out overnight. This would have allowed anyone to get on and off board without anyone knowing. And they could smuggle anything or anyone on board. Here's the thing. At that time, all staff was already on board, so the only reason I'd need to leave the ramp out is if the smuggler wasn't staff. They were a passenger.
So that narrows it down to Daryl and Garv.
Exactly.
The camera footage on your computer shows something important. How did you find that?
My computer was password protected.
Well, what are you talking about?
I never caught anything incriminating.
I wasn't able to hide cameras on the first floor, which was the most important thing. Mercurio said that he was getting orders from the broom closet. Who was seen regularly going in there?
Hold on.
Mercurio said before this boat trip, he got orders slid under his door. Why did that change? Why now? I wonder if the smuggler realized I'd bugged the ship. If they were seen sliding notes under the door of staff, it would alert me. I would investigate. So they disguised their correspondence with something innocuous. Something like cleaning up after their cat. Mercurio was going in and out of the closet per his usual need to clean the kitchen, but so were you, Garv. As it happens, I was.
Anything to add on to that?
Not really, but I have a litter box I need to regularly clean out. You were the only person besides Mercurio who was going in and out of there. You were orchestrating this. That's a lot of conclusions to draw from such a small detail. Well, how do you explain how those notes got there? I'd say that Mercurio's making this up to cover how suspicious he is. Maybe if he can tie a detail to someone else, he'll be okay. You have to admit there's nothing concrete tying me to anything he's talking about. That doesn't mean there isn't anything. It just means I haven't found it yet. But I will. No, you won't. Not if I'm innocent. I'm kind of curious about Paulo. Hold on. Yeah, we cannot possess Paulo. You know, it's kind of odd. I thought he was alive, right? What else could we have that could demonstrate why Garv is guilty? Well, I can't totally possess Ferdinand, but we can possess him. This is actually a good thing to say. Did you notice anything about the person who shot you? Strange that they got close to you, and yet you don't know who they are.
I had my back to them when they shot me. I tried to turn around, but I didn't see anything besides a black cloak.
They said only a few words in a strange, unrecognizable voice. Perhaps they knew about my hidden audio recorders. One of the things I thought I would find here might be the gun or the cloak, but no. They could be at the bottom of the ocean by now. So there's still something further to say about this. Is this all it is, though? So the kitchen ledger showed mysteriously missing stock. I get it. Mercurio, you've been the inside... Yeah. Would have been impossible to sneak all these people in and manage them in total secrecy. But if you have someone who knows the ins and outs of this ship, where everyone is...
Hey, I never knew about this place or what was going on. I just delivered things.
No, you did more than that. You helped cover this up. Even if you didn't know about this place, you still worked to conceal details that would lead to it being found.
It was all very organized. It's not like I had a chance to observe anything.
I wonder about that. We know the captain found out. What breakthrough could we make? Who else knows something? So what about the captain? Well, we know what happened to her. We don't need to ask that. This is how we're going to implicate Garv, because he had his cat plant the bracelet at the crime scene. Garv always has been weird, distant. Not like the others. We never got him to open up. We never found anything to him but callousness, bitterness, and a worry that people will find something out. A sense that what he's doing he's getting too old for. I was able to take a look at Paulo's room after he disappeared.
You did, but that room was off limits. How did you get in there?
Shut up. What did you find? One of his books was lying on the floor. It had a page torn out. If there was a struggle, it would make some sense for things to be thrown to the floor. But I don't think this tells us anything by itself. I found a bracelet of Mercurio's on his dresser. It had blood on it.
Wait, we talked about that. It wasn't what it looked like.
You better have a really good story. What were you doing there, Mercurio?
I wasn't there. Not then, at least. My bracelet was taken by that stupid cat. It must have carried it around and dropped it in that kid's room.
He's right. I saw Sunshine carrying it that night as she passed through my room.
That sounds absurd. How does a cat steal a bracelet off a grown man's arm? And why? Doesn't matter why, there's testimony backing me up.
The cat was on a dresser, and when he tried to move it, it fought back. It's possible. Is that what happened?
Sure. Does it matter? Does it change anything?
I can't see how it does. He's lying. He gave the cat his bracelet.
That bracelet was a gift. I've had it for years. Why would I give it to some rodent?
You know, what if... still don't feel like he's the killer. I feel like it must be Garv, but I can't really find a rational reason. Well, I'm gonna go with the top one is more implausible, but it could be. What I find odd, though, is if Garv is the killer, why would he confirm that Mercurio had the bracelet? Like, the cat did indeed carry the bracelet and put it there. I suppose they could be in league somehow. Like, I mean, they must be if Garv is the killer, but wait, hold on, this has been going on for multiple people working on this ship were involved in carrying these people down here. Because you needed the cat to be quiet and leave you alone.
Okay, say that word true. I still don't see how it's relevant to anything else. That guy's pointing a gun at us, and we're arguing about why a cat took my bracelet?
It's relevant because you were in Gwen's room, weren't you? You were planting the master key to incriminate her, as you had been instructed. The cat was there since it snuck through the vents, and it was in your way. It wanted to play with you. You needed it to move and leave you alone, but if you antagonized it, Gwen would wake up. So you gave it something to keep it distracted, and you planted the key in silence.
Yeah, you're right. So I was planting the key in Gwen's room when it happened. So what? Shut up. Again, we're just going in circles. Shut up. Don't you idiots get it?
The blood on the bracelet means the cat left it in Paulo's room during or after his abduction. Meaning, Mercurio planted the key before Paulo was taken. Tell me, if the master key was in Gwen's room, how could anyone break into Paulo's room? There should be only one other person who would be able to unlock his door. What about Paulo? Is he okay?
No, he's not okay. If there was any doubt that the killer I'm after was on this boat, it's been erased now. Paulo's injuries match up with his previous victims, early stage victims at least. Still, most fingers are broken, there's signs of strangulation, and other injuries. He's not going to be okay for a very long time.
Is there anything we can find here? Nah, I don't think there is. So there's one person who had the master key that could have opened that room. But wouldn't that be Ferdinand? But Ferdinand wasn't leaving notes in that cabinet. But it's true that, as I've said all along, it's Ferdinand or Garv. If we get the wrong person... it's like Sherlock Holmes said. Whoever is left, no matter how unlikely, it seems, must be the truth, but... Well, I'm sorry that this happened to you, Paulo, but... Actually, could we read his thoughts? Yeah, he's still just thinking this, huh? We can't read Donovan's thoughts. What are you thinking right now, Mark? Yeah, he's just trying to lie. What? What do you mean she'll be released when we dock? She's already been released. In any case, I think that means they're probably not going to have any new thoughts here. I'm sorry.
You should be. I know it was you who broke into my room. I don't know or care how you did it, but why?
It's hard to explain. I thought you were following me. I was paranoid.
Clearly. But your paranoia wasn't completely wrong, just misguided. After all, there's a killer on board.
Of all the things to happen down here, this was not what I expected. Where could another breakthrough be? He said that means there's one other person, and that would have to be the captain, right? What would Garv have to say? This is ridiculous. You need to slow down and re-evaluate things.
Explain.
You still can't explain the captain's disappearance or these other people. Killing everyone won't answer anything.
I don't need to answer anything. I don't care anymore. Maybe you want to know why these things have happened. I think it's too late for that.
There must be some evidence we can use. You know what, if we can come up with a theory that explains everything, maybe the killer will become obvious.
I need something better than a theory. I need proof. And as far as I can tell, there is none. Maybe it went overboard with the captain. Maybe it was here before I was thrown overboard. But it's gone now. You have an idea, please share.
Is there anything in the kid's possession? Or actually, first of all, the boxes. What's in the boxes?
There's some basic non-spoilable food and drink. But they're mostly empty, and I'd expect to find other things here. For example, these people are all heavily sedated, but there's no drugs remaining here. I think someone dumped everything important out of them. It's a dead end.
You know, now I think about it, how many bullets are in Donovan and he can still walk? Is there anything in the kid's possession?
Was a crumpled piece of paper in his pocket. Came from a book. I couldn't see anything about it that was relevant to this whatsoever.
Do these other people have anything on them? Clues of where they're from?
Tattered rags for clothes and small cots. Nothing else. No identification, no possessions. Only thing I can say is they're not from around here.
Can we look at the kid? You know, that's interesting, though, that remark that they say it's important that he was missing that page of Euclid's Elements. Because the captain, of course, us, also had Euclid's Elements. So what about the captain? What happened to her?
I have to admit, I was wrong. I thought she'd be down here, but instead I found that kid. The same thing that happened to me must have happened to her. She found out too much, got too close to the truth, and was silenced. But her discovery and her death led us to this exact moment. I'm not going to waste that.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Aren't you curious how we got down here? How we got a master key?
Does it tell me who the killer is?
It was anonymously given to us for the purpose of framing Gwen, so you don't know where it came from or who originally possessed it. One of my tasks was to take the original master key and keep it in my room.
Well, I hope you were paid well, because that decision to steal the key started a long chain of events that ended in me being shot and Paulo irreversibly crippled. You are a massive idiot. Who else helped our killer? You should probably speak up now.
Why would they give away their only way to enter this room?
Good point. What are the chances of there being a third key?
It's possible, given how clean this area of the ship is of clues, that they expected it to be exposed in the near future.
They may have been trying to wash their hands of it and cut their losses. And it would have completely worked in that case. Shame. But it's a piece of the puzzle. What other information have you all been holding out on me? I took bribes from the same person Sue did. Fantastic. We have a second accomplice.
And we knew that already, but...
And what were you bribed into doing, and by whom? Everything was anonymous. I don't know who it was. Of course. And you were the perfect little grunt, never bothering to consider what you were really doing. Much less who you were truly working for. I was the one that received the second copy of the master key. It was sent anonymously, I assume. Do you have any idea who sent it to you? No, I don't. It was dropped off in the middle of last night. Not long after I had been disposed of. That must have been the killer.
But isn't there still a camera recording that? And didn't Ferdinand see the recordings?
I was instructed to plant the key in Gwen's room in order to put her under suspicion. It's a good thing that didn't stick. But if they were trying to distance themselves from this, why abduct the kid too? Those two actions seem to go directly against each other. They must have taken the kid before they sent the key, obviously. So it was completely intentional. You're right. There was no accident there.
Wait, didn't we just confirm that the key was dropped off before before Paulo was taken?
But it seems like a contradiction. If the plan was to give away the key and lay low, why take an additional victim? Something's missing from this.
Yeah, the stress must be getting to you here, huh? I just took this job because I wanted to travel. I don't have anything to do with this.
Shut up.
He's not gonna have anything decisive to say.
Donovan, please, this is madness. As your first mate, I have to say that this is very much against the ship regulations. I probably should have spoken up about this earlier. You are insufferable. Keep it up and I'll be happy to kill you first. Never mind. Why is this some kind of crusade for you? What's really going on? Just look around you. Look at this place. You see what's happening here? How can you not be disgusted by it? I'm not going to allow even a 1% chance for this to continue. You were on this mission before you came down here. There's something else. What does it matter? The result's the same. Stop wasting my time.
Have you found anything here that could reveal something about the killer?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But you'd be wrong. No fingerprints, no shoe prints. Everyone is incredibly drugged. They're unarousable, and I doubt they'd remember anything even if they were lucid. The boxes contain some supplies and foodstuffs, but they're mostly empty, as if some things have been disposed of. The bloodstains are relatively new. This place has been cleaned not long ago. I think that covers everything.
There we go. What if the page you found on Paulo came from the book in his room?
That would tie the page to his abduction. Presumably, he tore the page out of the book shortly before he was taken. It all seems a little too neat to be an accident. But why?
Did he leave a message on the page?
There are no writings on the page, and the text itself is completely unremarkable. Assuming he tore the page out deliberately, chances are he wouldn't have any time to leave such a message.
Maybe there's something special about the page he tore out.
The page was torn straight off. It does look like he deliberately took out this page. Why? What was unique about it? I suppose its page number. Page 106. Could be a room number. There isn't a room 106, but there is a B106. That's the first mate's room, isn't it?
Why, I suppose it is.
What a strange coincidence. Though there are many other pages in the book that could have matched with the room.
Not that many. Well, 106 is surely also page 107. I mean, there's a number on both sides.
Well, it's truly an unfortunate fluke. It is circumstantial, but suspicious. Wait, we talked about that. It wasn't what it looked like.
Yes, there's apparently some more to say about this. So he gave the cat his bracelet. And what about this, then? You used it as an alibi.
So what? I give it to the cat drops it somewhere else, and it looks like I was there? Except that actually still doesn't give me a good alibi. Makes no sense at all.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is so as I thought. So yeah, he already revealed all this, didn't he? There's still something here, something that's just... I almost feel like I could, if only I could grasp it.
I've heard enough. I think it's clear who I'm after. Ferdinand, you were the only one that could have broken into Paulo's room that night. Paulo's injuries fit the profile. There's no mistaking it. On top of all that, there's a strong circumstantial evidence pointing to you. Ferdinand, or whatever your real name is, you're the scum I came here for. You have no idea about anything. You're just guessing. Why are all these people down here? Do you think I did all of this? Who was it giving orders to the staff? That's been going on for longer than I've been here. Who are you, really? I am but a humble first mate who has been caught up in some great deception. Do you think this is a joke? Tell me the truth.
Wait, this is going too far.
That hurts. Who are you? I'm just a salesman. I ran out of money, so I tried to fake my credentials for this job. My real name is Ted. I was just desperate. I'm sorry I lied. I knew it would look bad, but there's something else going on here. Who are you? What do you want me to say? That you succeeded? That you found the person you were chasing all these years? You don't even care about the truth. You just want to hurt me, right? Nothing you do here matters. You'll never know the whole truth. Wipe that smirk off your face. I never thought I'd see solid land again after all of that.
Thank God Daryl could dock the boat, or I don't know what we'd do.
Guess my short-lived sailboating days were of some use after all.
So, what now?
Well, local authorities have been called and should be on their way. Maybe they'll be able to make sense of everything.
Looks like Donovan got what he wanted in the end. The serial killer that he thought was on the boat. I can't believe Ferdinand really did all of that. Did he kill the captain too? Most likely, he enjoyed manipulating people and watching them suffer. It's who he was. Everything else was a lie. To think, he was just putting an act on that entire time, and the horrific things he did. But did he need to die? He could have been taken into custody. And Donovan...
There's nothing we could have done. He had given up a long time ago. Maybe this is the best outcome we could have hoped for.
The best outcome for us, maybe. But what about all of those people?
I can't stay on this boat. Not after everything I've seen. But I'll find work. And if I never understand what happened back there, well, I'm okay with that.
I guess the important thing is that it's over. Ferdinand's gone, and no one else will be hurt. That's right. What happened was a shame, but at least Donovan got what he wanted in the end. Nothing could bring the captain back, but we do have closure.
Closure, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
So, what happens now? I guess that depends on the police. Well, yeah, what I meant was, what are we going to do? Oh, right. I've been thinking about that. I don't think I can stay here. Me too. Not after everything I've seen on that ship. No, I don't mean the ship. I mean the country. I think it's time I stopped running. I need to face my mistakes. I need to go home. It scares me, but maybe that's why I need to do it. What about you? I think that's what I've been doing too. Running from my mistakes, hiding from what really scares me. I know what I want to do now. Even if I fail at it, it's worth trying. Well, good luck. You too. Hey, I know we've had our differences, but I really miss you. You know, I really hated this ship. Hated every second of my time on it. And honestly, I hated you too. But now that I think of leaving, for once I don't know how to say it in English. But I feel like I miss you already, Alton.
You holding up okay?
A little rattled, but I'm fine, thanks.
When you're done with your current book, maybe you could write one about all of this.
There's an idea. Sadly, I don't think I'll have the time. Well, I guess this isn't goodbye. You're going my way, right?
I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, me too. Why not go there together? Just promise me this one thing. Promise you won't get there before I do.
All right, I promise.
I guess it's over. It's hard to believe there was a cold-blooded killer amongst us this whole time.
Yeah, and all of those people. I'm still struggling to understand all of it.
Yes, but don't lose too much sleep over it. The authorities will see to it that they are taken care of. All's well that ends well, and so on. Listen, I understand all of this leaves you unemployed. If you'd like, there might be an open position where I work.
I see. What is it that you do again?
I'm a wholesaler. Basically, I move product around and sell where the demand is great.
And just what is it that you move around?
Well, let's just say it's a bit more than turnips. There's serious money in it. Want in?
You know, after everything that's happened, I don't know what I want anymore. I might have to sleep on it.
Very well. No pressure, of course. If you ever change your mind, well, I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Garv, you bastard. It was him. It was him. He was a wholesaler because he's trafficking people.
Oh no. Oh no. If only I'd done things a little differently. Donovan might not have really been a hero at all, but fully, I bet you I should have searched more. I could have gone into that closet where the notes were deposited. I could have found something there. I could have, gone to Garv's room and searched it. But the thing is, Donovan already said he'd already searched all the rooms except for the captain's and Mercurio's. Damn it. I mean, police investigations are thorough, and it's possible they'll find some evidence to tie Garv to this. Because that's the thing, if you're committing a crime this serious, it comes to the attention of the FBI, of the, of high-ranking police officers instead. Now, if you're just some petty criminal, I don't know, if you're, pirating, movies or something, that's comparatively small scale. If you're smuggling humans and are responsible for dozens or hundreds of disappearances, that's how the authorities get after you. What I didn't realize at the time is that there were actually two killers. There's Garv, who's working with gangsters who kidnap and drug people for Garv to smuggle into slavery. And then there was Ferdinand, who was a serial killer. Ferdinand is who Donovan was looking for, but it was not Ferdinand who killed the captain. Rather, Garv is who killed the captain and who tried to kill Donovan because they found out what he was doing. Ferdinand and Garv were actually enemies working against each other, and they were trying to undermine each other and pin what was going on the other one. And I came so close to getting both of them. It's kind of ironic, though, because I thought there was only one, and I thought it was Garv, and not Ferdinand. But somehow, even so, I unintentionally ended up exposing Ferdinand instead of Garv. At least things worked out for the others, more or less. Just hope Mark doesn't take that job. Anyway, on a deeper level, I don't really know how to... I'm not up for trying to come up with some thematic interpretation of this right now. Just damn it. I could have solved this. This was a good one, but... Garv, you piece of shit. No wonder he got a divorce.